Welcome to Ask Rich and Ed from Procurement Says No,
Woo.
with bite-sized mini podcasts full of useful answers to your questions.
Ooh, nice. Bite-sized chunks.
Let's see what questions we've got this time, Ed.
Well, Rich, will they be fatuous or insightful or inane? Let's make it real.
Boom.
This is from Tom Bailey in Southampton in the UK. What, in your opinion, gets staff to stay with us in our procurement function? By the way, we don't pay enough and lose staff regularly to better paid jobs.
Well, how badly do you pay, Tom? Do you have other benefits? Do you have nice offices, flexibility, buying holidays, office cat, gym, car scheme, health benefits, blah, 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 blah? Do you have those things, or do you have none of those things and you pay badly and the culture's awful? What's the career path? Have you got a career path? What's the culture like? How evil is your organisation? That sounds awful. We don't pay people enough and we wonder why they
Yeah.
don't stay with us. Why is this? There's a clue.
Yeah, I've got a slightly counter view to this.
Oh, go on then.
So when I was at exchanging and at a sort of exec role there, we had some sort of like business psychologists come in and talk about what encourages people in the business to stay. And there's loads of research that they use to support their argument. In essence, it says pay isn't the issue unless you're really, really badly paid and you're sort of, you can't afford a house to live in or you can't afford a flat to rent and all that sort of stuff. What people want most is their manager, their director, the business taking an interest in them and supporting their career development. That's a bigger factor in staff retention than pay is.
Having a boss that's interesting. Well, that's the thing that they say, isn't it? That people join businesses, but they leave bosses. So if your boss isn't good,
Yeah. Because the easy thing to say is if you're the boss of a function, you're thinking, well, yeah, we'll just pay them more because that solves the problem. And it doesn't solve the problem because the business psychologists will say that people very quickly lose the sort of incentivization that a pay rise gives them. They love it for about a month. So what they were saying is it's really about you as a manager.
Yeah, right.
If you as a worker or as a manager or whatever, and your boss is saying, well, let me help you develop, let's think about the things that will help you move on with your career, that's much more powerful than a pay rise because it's lasting.
Yeah. And I guess there's a similar thing there with the high paid, high risk traders and stuff. They get paid ridiculous amounts because everything else about their job is shit.
Yeah, because I think if it gets so big,
They're making so much money that it becomes irrelevant, doesn't it? So,
oh no, also they can't step off.
my cocaine habit doesn't allow me to reduce my salary. The next one is from Madeline Butterfly from Darlington in the UK. We are trying to recruit several new people for our procurement team. The first a sourcing manager and the other a more junior role in analytics and reporting. We are really struggling to get any interest. I've heard of EVP, but our HR department don't have anything. How do we get more interest? EVP?
Employer
Value proposition.
marketing of your
Yes.
company. So this is, I think where a lot of businesses fall down. I think what you just mentioned, Darlington,
Darlow.
that might put, no offense to Darlington people, it's surely a lovely place. Maybe it's a difficult place for people to relocate to. Employer value proposition is a document about the way in which you promote your company and the way that you present yourself to the outside world, and in particular candidates for jobs in your company and to existing employees. So that's a description of the sort of the culture, the benefits of working in the organization. A lot of companies, HR folk, don't do this, and I don't really understand why they don't, because it's part of their role,
Yes.
getting the best out of the people. Recruit, reward, retain. You're obviously going to have to think about pay rates a little. Maybe the part of the world you're in is perhaps a little more depressed from a pay perspective. You're going to have to do things to entice people. And then there's things about the company itself, what you might do for people, the amount of training you give them, the way that you develop them, the opportunities for growth, maybe to other sites as well. Yeah, I like EVP, but you don't see it very often.
Yeah, it's good to have a proper rounded approach, isn't it? A proper employee offer. Salary is great. A lot of people look at salary, but lifestyle options and flexible working and buying holidays and all that stuff might be more valuable for other people. I worked at a business once, which was a very low margin business. It had a terrible office, which was like a 1960s tower block. It was awful. And it was in West Bromwich. And so we had the same problem. I remember talking to a recruitment agent, and he said, I think he was from Michael Page. I think it was Michael Scott, in fact, when he was at Michael Page. And he said, you're going to really struggle to attract people to West Bromwich. So we just talked about Birmingham and we talked about the Midlands.
So you lied to them then?
Yeah, we just lied to them. Subsequently, that business built a fantastic HQ near the NEC, which was lovely, but that didn't last long because then it went bust. I think it's part of Mighty now.
Right.
Did a pre-pack. Right, next one is from Johnny Weissmuller in Vienna, Austria. My daughter is thinking about a career in procurement. Any guidance or advice to her you might provide?
I think it's a good career. I think, it's good if you're multifaceted, isn't it? If you're at one end of the scale, you like numbers, and at the other end, you like dealing with people, you like negotiating with people, you like influencing stakeholders, that sort of stuff. I think it's very broad-based.
Yes. Do you like meeting people? Do you like different challenges, a wide spectrum of different things to do, working at pace? Doing admin, doing strategic stuff like enterprise software, or transformational projects, or buying key components and products. Do you have a commercial mindset? Do you like negotiation? Join Procurement. Boom!
I'm sold. Can I join?
Yes, you can. No, you can't. Now, we got one more question, which has just come in on the Twitter X, formerly known as, feed, which is this. Agency staff. Recruitment agency. Keep calling me up about jobs. Should I trust them?
Recruitment agency people?
Recruitment agency, yeah.
Ooh, I don't know what to say now. Are they like real estate agents?
Yeah, I suppose they are a bit.
It depends, doesn't it?
There are some great ones, aren't there? There are some great ones who have built a great network, and then there are ones that are just kind of transactional. So, yeah.
I used to have an office, a Desma office, and in the office next door were some recruitment agents. They weren't procurement, they were just recruiters. I don't know what they did. All I heard them doing was shouting and swearing at each other, and then the boss basically telling the underling who's a recruiter to effing do this with the client and all that sort of stuff. So I think at some levels it's just a big money-making machine with some unscrupulous people. But what's to say any other sector ain't like that? There's always that edge. There's lots of recruitment people I've known who are great people. They're good company.
Some good people out there. There's some good ones.
No, we'd all like to broad brush it, and we'd like, sell granny to make a couple of bucks and all that. Well,
yeah. So there you go. Recruitment people, they're great. Some of them, and they know who they are. Thank you very much for your questions.
Oh, they were super duper.
We'll see you all next time.
Bye-bye.